Hello 8th class students. This is my revision video of chapter number 1 of our history, that is a modern world. In this, your syllabus covered the transition period, Renaissance period, Reformation, and the role of the Martin Luther in the Reformation. Students, our history is divided into three parts: ancient, medieval, and the modern. In the 6th class, you learn about the ancient period. In the 7th, medieval, and in the 8th now you learn about the modern period. Each of these periods have their own characteristics and features. Now, all of these periods have their own characteristics and features which are different from the one another. Firstly, the meaning of the period of transition. It is the development from one stage to another stage. Listen, the transition is the transformation from the one period to the another period, from the ancient to the medieval, from the development from the one period to the another period. That is called the transition. It is important to understand that why the previous period ended. In the transition period, we learn that why the previous period ended and why the next was started, and why, how, and the new period begins. And it depends on several factors. Means the transition of the one period to another period, it depends on the several factors, and the periods, the time period of the the time period from the shift from the one to the another, it is different in the different parts of the world. Like modern period in Europe started in the 15th century, and it started in the India during the 18th century. So firstly, the period of transition depends on the several factors, and secondly, the transition period is different in the different parts of the world. Okay. Now, sources of information then means which sources provide us information related to these periods. There are some of the actually sources of information. We can divide them into two parts: primary sources and the secondary sources. Primary sources consist of direct information from the people. When we get direct information from the people about something, directly we can say उनके जो means people's experience. Directly we can people share the experience something, that is a direct information from the people. Then official records, diaries of someone, travelogues means traveling experiences of a person's, autobiographies, newspapers, photographs, etc. These are the primary sources. And after this, it also included archaeological artifacts, eyewitness accounts, oral narratives, oral stories which are told to from generation to generation, which are means oral narratives. Like you learned the story about the Ramayana and Mahabharata. From generation to generation it is passed out, and there are many other stories also. So these are the primary sources. Secondary sources are primary sources are used further to come to a conclusion. When primary sources are used for a conclusion, means primary sources are used to get the information, that is called a secondary source. Here primary sources are used. In the secondary source, primary sources are used to come to a conclusion. For example, research papers, books, reports, reviews, etc. These are the examples of the secondary sources. Next, our main topic covers the Renaissance period. Students, the Renaissance period is started from the lies between the 14th to 16th century. The meaning of the Renaissance, it is a Latin word which means rebirth. It is a rebirth of the actually classical civilization of the Greece and the Rome. When people started to revive the classical civilization of the Greece and Rome, that is called the Renaissance period. So students, it is a Latin word which means rebirth. Actually, it was a period which was deals with the revival of the classical civilization of the Greece and Rome. Revival means actually you can say development of the classical civilization, जो means ancient civilization थी Greece and Rome की, then development was there in the classical civilization of the Greece and Rome, that is called the Renaissance period. And in this period, people started to learn about the ancient Greece and the Roman literature. जो उनका means ancient जो Greece और Roman का literature था, people started to learn about them once again. And this period was started in Italy and it then spread to the other parts of the Europe. Now further, what are the causes which led to the Renaissance period? First of all, there is a capture of Constantinople. In 1453 AD, Constantinople, that was the capital of Eastern Roman Empire, was captured by the Turks. So, जो Constantinople था, it was captured by the Turks, and then many scholars left the palace, means they left the Constantinople and shifted to the other parts of the Europe. And they brought valuable manuscripts with them. Manuscripts means जो भी उनके handwritten accounts थे उनके पास, handwritten जो भी literature का part था, because at that time printing press was not there. So handwritten जो भी उनके पास account थे, they brought with them, and it revived the interest of people in the study of philosophy, art, science, and etc. Means the people who shifted to other parts of the Europe, they brought valuable manuscripts, and then they helped in the spread of the education, spread of the literature to the others also. उन्होंने knowledge को they spread the knowledge to the other parts of the Europe. तो इससे क्या हुआ, it revived, इससे जो लोगों का interest था वो again start हुआ in the study of philosophy, art and science. Next is the invention of the printing press. This was also a major cause of the Renaissance period. John Gutenberg from Germany, he invented the printing press. And now with the help of the printing press, books were now cheap and easily available to the people. Now number of copies can be printed out at the same time. Now books were cheap and they can easily accessible to the people. So it helped in the growth of the knowledge and learning. Last point is the decline of feudalism. Now students, about the feudalism you learned about in the 7th class. Feudalism is a system where the kings and queen give the right to collect for the collection of the revenue to their knights, and the knights collect the revenue from the peasants in the lieu of their security. So this system was declined during the later medieval period, and with the development of trade and economic, अब जब trade develop हुआ, economy develop हुई, the focus shifted from the agriculture to commerce. Firstly, the focus of people was on the agriculture production. They wanted more agriculture production. Now their focus is shifted towards the commerce. They wanted to trade with the outside, with the other countries of the world. So trade between east and west. Now when the trade start between the eastern and western countries, it led to the exchange of ideas between them. So it led to the exchange of ideas, culture, traditions, customs, all things, scripts, all things are exchanged between them. So these are the main causes which led to the Renaissance period. First of all, the capture of the Constantinople, and then second is invention of printing press, third is the decline of feudalism. Further, I am going to discuss with you the characteristics of the Renaissance period. Under the characteristics, first of all, there is the spirit of inquiry. A number of scholars developed a spirit of inquiry and sense of curiosity among the people. Now, in this period, people started to put the questions. They started to ask the questions that how things have happened, why these things have happened. So, a spirit of inquiry was generated among the people. Second is humanism. Now, the focus of attention shifted from the church to the human. Now देखो जो focus था means firstly people focused on the church for in their paintings for the religious purposes. Church was there. Now the focus of the people is shifted to the humans. Now human is the main center of all the activities. Now human is the main part of the you can say of the art, of the literature. Now human is focused upon. Third is the art and learning flourished. The artists of Renaissance portrayed nature and life. तो उन्होंने nature जो पहले देखो firstly they portrayed about only the religious paintings were there. Now they started to portray nature and life. Leonardo da Vinci की जो paintings हैं like the Last Supper, Mona Lisa, they are the great masterpieces of the art. Another artists were Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, etc. And then at that time, universities like Oxford, Cambridge, which are the world known universities at the present time also, these were established. So University of Oxford and Cambridge were also established during the time of the Renaissance, and it spread the attraction towards the education. One of the famous writers of this period was William Shakespeare. Students, you know about William Shakespeare very well. So William Shakespeare was also belonged to this period. Now next is the scientific revolution. During this period, Nicolaus Copernicus, who was the greatest scientist, he rejected the Ptolemy's theory. The Ptolemy given the theory that sun, moon and star moves around the earth. Means Ptolemy said that earth is in the center of the universe and sun, moon and stars move around the earth. But Nicolaus Copernicus proved Ptolemy's theory wrong, and he proved that, means Nicolaus Copernicus proved that earth revolves around the sun. Okay, means he said that sun is at the center of the universe. Next is the Galileo Galilei. He proved that the speed of the falling objects depend on distance and not on its weight. तो मीन्स इस चीज़ को प्रूव किया था गैलीलियो गैलीली ने, दैट द स्पीड जो है एक फॉलिंग ऑब्जेक्ट की वो डिपेंड करते हैं डिस्टेंस के ऊपर और ना कि उसके वेट के ऊपर. ही आल्सो इन्वेंटेड द थर्मामीटर. सर इसाक न्यूटन, ही डिस्कवर्ड द यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन. Students, these are the characteristics of Renaissance period, and one of them most important is the voyage of the discovery. Voyage means when we go on a long sea journey through a ship. ठीक है, जब भी हम एक लॉन्ग जर्नी पर जाते हैं, सी जर्नी पर जाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड द वॉयज. द नीड टू डिस्कवर सी रूट बिकम एसेंशियल व्हेन द टर्क्स रिफ्यूज टू अलाउ ट्रेड थ्रू कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल. अब देखो व्हाट थिंग वाज हैपर एक्चुअली देयर. जब टर्क्स ने कैप्चर कर लिया कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल को, नाउ द लैंड रूट वाज नॉट सेफ, सो इट वाज नेसेसिटी टू डिस्कवर ए न्यू सी रूट to trade with the eastern countries and the western countries. Many European rulers encouraged the explorers. तो उन्होंने काफ़ी explorers को encourage किया for the discoveries, to discover the distant lands. And some of the important discoveries are in 1488 Portuguese जो explorer थे, that is Bartolomeu Dias. He reached at the southern tip of Africa, and this place is named as the Cape of Good Hope. Okay, so in 1498, after 10 years, after a decade, another एक Portuguese explorer थे, that is Vasco da Gama. He discovered the sea route to India. Then 1492, and Indian Italian explorer थे यहाँ पर Christopher Columbus. He discovered the Bahamas in the Caribbean, and Columbus believed that he had discovered the route of the east, but in fact he discovered America. Actually देखो Columbus जो थे, he went on a journey to discover the India, but actually he went on the to the wrong direction. इन्होंने जहाँ था ईस्ट साइड, बट ही वेंट टू द वेस्टर्न साइड. इनको लगा ये इंडिया पहुंच गए हैं, बट दैट वाज द अमेरिका. इन नियरली 1500 फ्रॉम फ्लोरेंस, अमेरिको वेस्परी रीच्ड द नॉर्दर्न लैंड्स एंड डिस्कवर्ड अमेरिका. तो इन्होंने अमेरिका को डिस्कवर किया अमेरिको ने. इन 1500 पोर्चुगीज एक्सप्लोरर थे पेड्रो कैब्रल. ही डिस्कवर्ड द ब्राजील. So these are the main discoveries, main voyages of discoveries which led to the Renaissance period. These are the main characteristics of the Renaissance students. I hope you understand. This is a revision video. Study hard at your home. Hope for your best. Have a nice day. Goodbye all of you.